Dominic Singh with the Worley Bugger Fly Shop, continuing with our video fly tying series. Today I'll be showing you the Urchin Bugger. Now, this is a modern variation of the woolly bugger that fishes extremely well for trout and bass, and it does a particularly good job of imitating crayfish. So let's get to tying. To start this fly, I'm using a 2X heavy, 3X long mustad streamer hook. This is size 2, and a 3/16 gold Cyclops bead. Thread I'm using is a 140 denier UTC, dark brown. And the first thing you want to do on this fly is just lay down a really nice thread base, super long shank hook, so we want at least 2 or 3 passes of the thread here. Now that you have good base, I'm going to tie the tail in. The 2 colors I'm using today are crawfish orange and root beer, and the Fish Hunter Marabou. So I'm just taking 1 plume of each of these, and we're going to lay them on top of each other here for the tail. Now I like to pull the tips of the stem out here, like this. And the reason I do that is just because if the stem is in here, then sometimes that will get waterlogged and wrap around the point and foul the hook. It's just by pulling the stems out there, you avoid that. I keep the tail about a hook shank in length or shorter. Let's tie those in. And tie down the butts really well here. So now I'm going to add the first set of legs. I'm using the Senyos Fusion Foil legs. This is the copper and red. Really, really cool color combination. Has a metallic flash point on either side, the colors. So I'll just take a few strands of this. And lay it on the very top of the tail here. I'm just tying them in halfway. I'm going to fold them back. So you can see that it's adding a lot of nice movement in the back, and it's adding a bit of flash as well. So once those are in securely, I'm going to tie in some wire. This is the medium amber ultra wire. Get that lashed down, built into the body. And the body material I'm using for this is the Crystal Flash chenille in the pumpkin color. Gonna pull some of the flash out of there, expose the cord. Tie that in. Alright. At this point I'm gonna add a little lead-free wire. This is the .03. I'm doing this for additional weight to keel the fly, and it helps kind of swim better. The bead on this is fairly light compared to the entire fly size, so it gives a really good kind of planar darting action. And this also will build up the body, make it a little more consistent. Bring the thread ahead of that, and you're ready to spin up your chenille. And I leave a decent gap between the bead and the chenille for the body here. But I'm going to keep the tag end of this chenille on. Now I can add the hackle. For this I'm just using a grizzly hackle saddle. Something kind of webby. I'm going to actually take some of the fluff here and just tie it into the body here. So expose the stem, and this hackle doesn't need to look pretty at all. The webbier the hackle is, better this fly kind of rides. Just kind of loosely spin that back. You want a decent amount up front for a collar to be able to push some water. And catch it with your wire back here. counterwrap that. So I'll finish that wire off just by bringing it up to the bead. Helicopter twist it off and trim the stem. So now it hackles on there very well. I'm going to add the legs up front. And this is kind of the interesting feature of this fly. And it does a couple things. It adds a lot of movement and flash up to the front, but I've noticed it also kind of keels it. So having all of the silicone up at the top here keeps it riding true, which is a very important aspect of streamer fishing in my mind. So I'm taking a decent number of legs here. I do the same thing, tie them in on the top of the hook. Lash them down really well here. Now I have all the legs coming out the top. So at this point you can take the tag end of your chenille, just add 1 or 2 wraps to finish up to the bead. Trim that off. They're ready to tie off. And that is the finished Urchin Bugger. Fantastic streamer to have in your arsenal. Has a pretty unique action as far as buggers go, and it's a great little twist on the classic pattern. All materials for this fly can be found on our website or at our shop, so give us a call or order online.